Okay, so could you please introduce yourself and give us your role?
Yes, I'm Eileen Rivera and I'm playing Olivia.
Okay, and how did you get involved in Leviathan theater?
Oh goodness, I've been acting for a long time, since the early 90s, and I was in the Asian American theater community in New York for a while, and so I've already, when Ariel started the company 2 years ago, I was already aware of it, involved, and I also, while doing this, I'm also doing social media for Leviathan, so
wow.
so
very valuable
to this,
member of the team.
Yes, it's like learning my lines and making sure that Twitter and Facebook release the same picture, and that somebody writes for the blog, and that the website is updated, and so yeah, it's a lot.
It seems like a really close-knit group here. What's it like working with the rest of the cast?
It's great. It is. It is very close-knit. Well, a bunch of us have known each other for years. I've known JoJo since '95. And Roque. I've done shows with them. I met them in '95, and so I've known Marcus since the '90s. So we've all worked, and I met Nelson last year when he directed me in another play. So we've all worked together, or if we haven't, we've known about each other. So it's been really like family.
We can see your chemistry.
Yeah, oh good.
So I guess I'd like to ask about the play itself. What's it like translating Shakespeare into Cantonese, Hong Kong, 60s?
Yeah, it's fun. There's not much that we have to think about in terms of, I think it's more visual than anything we have to do. Because it's all about doing the play as is and letting the story speak for itself. But it is fun to wear the clothes. It's fun to do the dances. It's very subtle whenever like I'm at the top, I'm crying Baba and Gaga, like that's one thing, and then I think there was even more Chinese throughout, and then it's not very it doesn't hit you over the head.
So you felt like the transition was really organic then?
Oh yeah, and that it was more visual, and it was less something that we had to do. We actors had to do so.
So, how would you compare this show to previous works that you've performed before?
Oh well, this is a good one. This is actually, I've been in the business for a long time, and this is my first professional Shakespeare play. So,
congratulations!
Thank you. Yeah, it's really, really, really fun for me. I'm really fast at learning my lines, but this was a bear. This was like, I can't make it up. If it's why or how, I've got to know which one it is. So yeah, so it kind of like was stressful for a while where that's concerned, but yeah, I tend to do new plays a lot. And it's great to do. So I'm always doing something where the playwright's actually in the room, and then I'm helping influence what actually ends up on stage. This is different. It's like, he wrote it for a reason. Let it, don't do it. Let it do you. So it's just like, oh yeah, okay. I'm just gonna have to trust that he did things for a reason. And, I mean, that doesn't mean that we're not cutting or even inserting a contemporary word every now and then. But that's what's different.
Do you find it to be more challenging than a contemporary play?
Only in the way that I just said about learning lines, but otherwise it's the same. Otherwise it's just what's happening. Otherwise it's not. It's just like what's happening here and how.
Okay, well,
telling the story.
Just one more question then. You've been working in the industry for a while now. Do you see any changes or developments as far as opportunities for actors of ethnic origin?
Yes and no. I mean, yes. It's hard to say. Yeah, I mean, I'm involved in this steering committee for Asian American. What do we call ourselves? APAC, Asian American Performers Action Committee, and we've been having forums about the underrepresentation of Asians on Broadway and off Broadway. So this is on my mind a lot. But yeah, I've seen a lot of more well-trained Asian American performers in town, and more visibility, yes, but the visibility is still limited in a way. But there are sort of more of us to sort of say, hey, you all know us. Don't you see that there's less of us? Like you all know us, and then there's only one at a time. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like you all know us because you've all seen us, and yet like we're visible enough because we work and we're talented, and yet don't to know is that we're not all in the same cast unless it's something like this. You know what I mean? So the struggle continues.
Thank you for speaking with us, and we're glad to be able to talk to you and have
Really
you contribute
happy to have you here.
So, do you have any closing statements you'd like to give about the show?
I don't.
Okay.
Sorry.
Come see it.
All right.
Come see it. Of course, come see it.
That's the most important thing.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Eileen.